Hi everyone, let's talk about the new 10th summer 5-star Mooncancer summer Ryougi Shiki. Her passive starts her in Under the Sun status, and when in Under the Moon status, or her card's performance will be increased by 6%, and these two status are very important as it changes the skill parameter and the noble Phantasm type. Her skill 1 gives her ignore anti-perch defense, increase arts performance by 30%, and increase instant kill success rate by 200% all for 3 turns, then gain 20 crit star. Skill 2, when select grant Under the Moon status, will change her MP type to AoE, replace Under the Sun status with Under the Moon status if available, charges 50% of her own MP, and gives her debuff immunity for 3 turns. If selected, grant Under the Sun status will change her MP type to single target, replace Under the Moon status to Under the Sun status if available, charges 50% of her own MP, and gives 100% buff removal resistance for 3 turns. Skill 3, while having Under the Moon status, will increase 30% attack and MP damage 3 turns, give self invisibility for 2 times 3 turns, and overcharge her MP by 2 stages 1 time 3 turns, while having Under the Sun status, will increase 30% attack and 50% crit damage for 3 turns, heal 3000 HP, and reduce her own skill cooldown by 1. Before continuing, I've changed how I explain the noble Phantasm, as in now I will explain as it's an NP1 and with the lowest OC level. Her noble Phantasm is a art single target or AoE. Before attacking, increase her MP damage by 10% for 1 turn, then deals 900% single target damage or 450% AoE damage to the enemy, then deals extra 1.5 times MP damage to its sky attribute enemies, have a 60% chance to instant kill the enemy, and 10% party MP charge. As a 5-star Mooncancer DPS servant, she is flexible in a lot of situations. First of all, her MP type change is optional in skill 2 unlike Melusin, so you are not forced to change her MP type every time you use her skills. Since skill 3's parameter changes based on her current status, you can activate it before or after skill 2 to make her having multiple combination of buffs. Skill 2's 3-turn debuff immunity or buff removal resistance makes her a strong contender on challenge quests, and the 1.5 times MP damage multiplier against sky attribute enemies plus ignore anti-perch defense would definitely be helpful in some situations. That being said, as a 5-star DPS servant, she has one of the lowest attack stats, so you have to think more carefully if you want to pair her up with supports. As for the supporting servants, I recommend Dubai over Castoria in this case, because Dubai has a extra 30% MP damage, MP rate, crit star rate, and crit star damage buff when applying to Mooncancers on top of her arts buff. Castoria is your typical art support. Pretender Merlin and Waver can further increase her crit power and overall damage, while Oberon has a 70% MP charge and to add burst damage onto her noble Phantasm. As for the craft essence, Blackbird will be your typical MP damage buff CE. Use another ending if you want to use her as a crit DPS. Little Summer will give you a mixture of MP damage, MP rate, and crit rate up, and Golden Sumu will give you starter MP and attack buffs. Overall, she is a versatile servant that can suit in both farming and challenge quests. The special attack on MP and crit damage makes her having multiple ways to do burst damage. The buff removal resistance or debuff immunity is definitely helpful in challenge quests, and you can select the skills parameter on skill 2 and 3 depending on the situation, but because of her versatility, she has one of the lowest attack stats and therefore require extra buffs in order to increase her damage. Because of that, a MP2 will be fine on her. That's it for now. Look at that cool NP animation. What are you waiting for? Go get her. Please support me in any means, and if you find this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel, or else I'm gonna curse you with hitting petty every time you're doing a gacha pull. Anyways, I'm gone now.